As a social care worker, I've seen a lot of things. Part 4. There was a long, tense pause from the other side of the door. I could hear her breathing softly in the dark. I cannot open the door entirely, she finally said, her voice dropping to a lower, more cautious register. I suffer from a severe medical condition. It is an extreme allergy to ultraviolet light. If the sunlight hits my skin, I will experience severe blistering and respiratory distress. That is why the windows are covered. If you want to come inside, you must promise to slip through the gap quickly and close the door immediately behind you so the sun does not touch me. I understand, I assured her, despite finding the explanation highly unusual. I will be very quick. Just undo the chain. The door closed for a fraction of a second. The metal chain rattled as it was unhooked, and then the door swung open just enough for me to pass through. I stepped over the threshold into the freezing darkness of the house. True to my word, I reached back and pushed the front door shut until the deadbolt clicked into place. The moment the door closed, the darkness became absolute. My eyes struggled to adjust after being in the bright afternoon sun. The ambient temperature inside the house was easily 20 degrees colder than the weather outside. "Thank you for being careful," the young woman said. She was standing a few feet away from me in the entryway. As my eyes slowly adapted to the gloom, I could make out her silhouette. She was wearing a long, dark dress that covered her entirely from her neck down to her ankles. Her face was obscured by the shadows, but I could tell she was standing perfectly still, her posture unnervingly rigid. "Thank you for cooperating," I replied, pulling a small flashlight from my jacket pocket. I clicked it on, aiming the beam at the floor to avoid blinding her, but allowing the ambient light to illuminate the space. The house was in a state of profound neglect. The walls were covered in faded, peeling wallpaper. The furniture in the living room was draped with old, dusty plastic sheets. Stacks of hoarded newspapers and cardboard boxes lined the hallways, creating narrow, claustrophobic pathways through the home. "Where is your grandmother resting?" I asked, keeping my flashlight pointed downward as I navigated the clutter. "She is in the back bedroom," the young woman answered, her voice echoing slightly in the empty living room. She stepped into my path, attempting to block the hallway. "But like I said, she is sleeping. Perhaps we could sit in the kitchen first. I can make you a cup of tea and we can discuss her medical paperwork. I have all her prescriptions organized in a binder." "I am not here to review paperwork right now," I stated firmly, recognizing the classic stalling tactics people use when they are hiding something from social services. "The visual confirmation is my only priority. Please step aside and lead me to the bedroom. This will only take a moment." She hesitated, her silhouette shifting uncomfortably in the dark hallway. "She really does not like strangers in her personal space," the young woman insisted. "She gets very confused and agitated." "I deal with agitated clients every single day," I said, stepping around her and walking deliberately down the dark corridor. "Which room is it?" "The last door on the left," she muttered, following closely behind me. I could hear her bare feet moving silently across the hardwood floor.